Women naturally go toward men who have this kind of energy. Psychology tricks. Here's a truth most men were never taught, and it changes everything once you truly understand it. Attraction is not built on what you have, it's built on who you are. As Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "What you are speaks so loudly that I cannot hear what you say." That is the foundation. Many men believe they must rely on looks, money, or status to draw women in, but those are only surface-level advantages. They might open a door, but they do not create real connection. What truly pulls a woman in, often without her even realizing it, is your energy, your presence, your emotional state, the way you carry yourself when no one is watching. You've seen this man before. He walks into a room and doesn't demand attention, yet attention naturally moves toward him. He isn't trying to impress. He isn't performing. He's simply grounded. Women feel at ease around him. They smile more. They lean closer. Conversations flow. Meanwhile, another man who seems more qualified on paper fades into the background. The difference is not external, it is internal. It is how one man shows up versus how the other tries too hard. Most men are taught to chase, to prove, to impress. But that mindset quietly destroys attraction. Because when you seek validation, you communicate doubt. When you try to win approval, you give away your power. And people, especially women, can feel that instantly. Real attraction moves in the opposite direction. It grows in the presence of calm confidence, a steady energy, a man who is not rushing, not forcing, not needing. This is the energy women naturally gravitate toward. Not loud, not arrogant, not overbearing, just quiet certainty, a sense that you understand yourself, that you are comfortable in your own skin, that you can handle pressure without losing control. It shows in your tone, your posture, your silence, your patience. It is not something you switch on for effect. It is something you build over time through discipline and self-respect. And here is the shift that changes everything. Attraction is not something you chase outside of you. It is something you cultivate within you. When your energy is right, people feel it before you even speak. When your presence is grounded, you don't need to convince anyone of your value. They sense it. So instead of asking, "How do I impress her?" start asking, "Who am I becoming when no one is looking?" Because in the end, women don't move toward effort. They move toward energy. 1. Stop trying to impress women. Stop trying to impress women. Stop it completely. That habit feels logical, but it quietly works against you. Many men believe attraction is built by showcasing achievements, money, status, intelligence, humor, but what they don't see is the hidden signal behind that effort. When you try too hard, you communicate need. You say, without words, "I hope I'm enough." And in the world of female psychology, that message weakens attraction instantly. Women don't respond to effort the way men expect. They respond to energy. This is one of the most overlooked psychology tricks. Attraction is not created by what you show, but by how you carry yourself while showing it. A man who constantly performs creates tension. He talks too much. He tries to land every joke. He scans for approval. That is pressure. And pressure kills connection. Don't do that. Be calm. Be grounded. Be present. That is where real attraction begins. Understand this clearly. Confidence is not loud. It is quiet certainty. A man who knows his value does not rush to display it. He doesn't need validation in every moment. He doesn't chase reactions. That is the energy women naturally lean toward, often without even realizing it. This is where psychology tricks and female psychology intersect in a powerful way. When you remove the need to impress, you remove pressure. When you remove pressure, people feel safe. And when a woman feels safe, she opens up emotionally. That is how to fall in love, not through performance, but through presence. Look at it in real life. Two men enter a room. One tries to dominate the conversation. He lists accomplishments. He tries to be impressive at every turn. The other man is relaxed. He listens more than he speaks. He asks thoughtful questions. He smiles naturally. He shares when it feels right, not to prove anything, but to connect. Over time, the difference becomes obvious. People drift toward the second man, not because he is better on paper, but because he feels better to be around. That is the power of energy. That is the silent language of attraction that most men ignore. Don't misunderstand this. This doesn't mean you should hide your strengths. It means you don't lead with them as a tool for approval. Let them show naturally. Let people discover them. There is a big difference between sharing and proving. Sharing is calm. Proving is tense. Women pick up on that difference instantly, even if they can't explain it. That is why understanding female psychology is essential. Attraction is emotional before it is logical. It is felt before it is analyzed. So instead of asking, how can I impress her? Ask something better. How can I make this moment feel real? That shift changes everything. Focus on connection. Ask questions that matter. Listen with intention. Respond honestly. Don't rush. Don't force. Let the conversation breathe. This is one of the simplest yet most powerful psychology tricks you can apply immediately. Presence creates comfort. Comfort creates trust. Trust opens the door to attraction. That is how to fall in love in a way that feels natural, not forced. Be a man who is comfortable in silence. Be a man who doesn't panic when there is nothing to prove. Be a man who understands that his value is not something he needs to advertise constantly. That is what makes people curious. That is what makes a woman lean and instead of pull away. Curiosity grows when there is space. Attraction grows when there is ease. The truth is simple but often ignored. The more you try to impress, the more you push people away. The more you relax into yourself, the more they come closer. That is the paradox. That is the deeper layer of female psychology most men never learn. Stop performing. Start being. Stop chasing approval. Start owning your presence. Because in the end, a man who is at ease with himself creates an energy that cannot be faked. It is steady. It is grounded. It is real. And that kind of energy doesn't beg for attention. It naturally attracts it. 2. Attention is not attraction. Attention is not attraction. Say it again. Attention is not attraction. Many men miss this and pay the price in silence, confusion, and wasted effort. Just because a woman talks to you, laughs at your jokes, or chooses to spend time near you does not mean she feels that deeper pull toward you. Don't confuse comfort with desire. Don't confuse availability with interest. People enjoy attention. It feels warm, validating, easy. Women are no different. They can enjoy your presence, your messages, your consistency, without ever feeling the spark you are hoping for. That is where most men go wrong. They believe if they give more time, more texts, more availability, something will eventually click. But that belief quietly works against them. Because too much attention, too quickly, does not build attraction, it drains it. It removes mystery. It removes tension. It removes the very space where curiosity is born. Be honest with yourself. When everything is always available, what is there to look forward to? When every message is answered instantly, where is the anticipation? When a man is always there, always ready, always waiting, what is there to discover? That is why a high-value man moves differently. He does not rush. He does not flood a woman with attention in hopes of earning attraction. He understands that attraction is not something you chase, it is something you allow to grow. Slowly, naturally, with space in between. That is masculine energy. Calm, grounded, unhurried. It does not beg for validation. It does not try to prove itself every second. Many men think the more they give, the more they will attract women. But the truth is more subtle. Giving attention without restraint often signals something unintended. It shows a lack of balance. It suggests that your world revolves too quickly around her. And when that happens, the dynamic shifts. You are no longer a man with a full life inviting her into it. You become a man trying to fit into hers. Don't do that. Be the man who has his own direction, his own priorities, his own rhythm. That is what quietly builds attraction. Not noise, but presence. Not pressure, but patience. Imagine this clearly. A man who texts all day, every day. Good morning. How was your lunch? What are you doing now? Did you eat? Did you sleep? At first, it feels nice, even flattering. But soon, it becomes predictable. There is no surprise, no tension, no emotional movement. The experience becomes flat. Now imagine another man. He engages fully when he is present. He listens. He responds with intention. But he is not always there. He has things to do, a life to live, goals to pursue. When he disappears, it is not a game. It is simply because his world is full. And when he returns, the conversation feels fresh again. There is space. There is curiosity. There is something to look forward to. That is how a high-value man operates. That is how he attracts women without forcing, without chasing, without overextending. You must understand this deeply. Attraction grows in the space between moments, not in constant availability. It grows through shared experiences, not endless messaging. It grows through discovery, not overexposure. If everything is given too quickly, your time, your attention, your emotional investment, the experience loses value. Not because you are not worthy, but because nothing had time to breathe. And without space, there is no desire. Be disciplined. Don't reply instantly every time. Don't make yourself available at all hours. Don't overinvest before she has earned that level of access to you. That is not playing games. That is maintaining self-respect. That is masculine energy in action. Calm control, emotional independence, quiet confidence. You are not withholding. You are simply living your life fully. And that is what makes a difference. A man who chases attention feels anxious, reactive, always seeking the next response. A man who understands attraction feels steady, patient, grounded in his own world. One tries to impress. The other allows himself to be discovered. One overwhelms. The other invites. That is the difference. And women feel that difference immediately, even if they cannot explain it. So don't ask, how can I get more of her attention? Ask instead, am I living in a way that naturally attracts women? Because attention is easy. Anyone can give it. But attraction must be built. Slowly, intentionally, with space, with balance, with self-control. Be that man. Not the one who floods her world, but the one who adds value to it. Not the one who chases, but the one who chooses. That is how you become a high-value man. That is how you embody masculine energy. And that is how you truly attract women without ever needing to force it. And if this hit you, don't just watch, act. Drop a comment right now. I build attraction. I don't chase attention. 3. Women notice calm confidence. Nothing external to you has any power over you, wrote Marcus Aurelius, and that is where your power begins. Women notice calm confidence, but most men misunderstand what that actually looks like in real life. It is not loud. It is not about trying to control the room. It is not about forcing attention. Calm confidence is quiet. It is steady. It is controlled. And that is exactly why it stands out. You must understand this clearly. When you are calm, you are not just behaving differently, you are signaling something deeper. You are showing that your value does not depend on reactions, approval, or outcomes. That is old Stoic wisdom in motion. A man with calm confidence does not panic in silence. He does not rush to fill every gap with words. He does not feel the need to prove himself every second. He sits in the moment. He owns it. He lets it breathe. And that presence, that grounded stillness, creates a kind of gravity people feel without needing to explain it. When you are nervous, your mind starts racing. You overanalyze. You try to say the perfect thing. You try to impress. And that effort leaks through your body language, your tone, your timing. People feel that tension. Women feel that tension. But when you operate with an iron mind, everything slows down. Your words become intentional. Your actions become measured. Your presence becomes heavier, more grounded, more real. That is what Stoicism win is all about, mastering yourself so completely that nothing external shakes your core. If a joke fails, you do not collapse internally. You do not rush to recover. You stay steady. You smile. You move forward. That reaction alone communicates more strength than any perfect line ever could. If there is silence, you do not fear it. You sit comfortably in it. You let it exist. Because you understand something most men ignore, silence is not rejection, it is space. And a man who can sit in that space without breaking shows control, shows depth, shows presence. This creates something powerful: safety, stability. Women are naturally drawn to environments where they feel emotionally safe, where energy is predictable, where reactions are grounded instead of chaotic. When you remain calm under pressure, when you do not react impulsively, when you hold your frame no matter what happens, you become that environment. You become that steady point in a world full of noise. That is not an accident. That is trained behavior. That is discipline. That is old Stoic wisdom applied in modern life. But understand this clearly: calm confidence is not coldness. It is not distance. It is not disengagement. You can be warm. You can smile. You can connect. But you do not chase. You do not cling. You do not rush. There is a difference. And that difference is everything. As Epictetus said, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. If you decide to be a calm, grounded man, then your actions must reflect that identity at all times, especially under pressure. Another critical piece is patience. Most men move too fast. They push conversations. They push outcomes. They push for results before connection has had time to develop. That impatience reveals uncertainty. It shows a lack of trust in the process. But a man with calm confidence moves differently. He is not in a hurry. He understands that real attraction builds over time, not through force. He allows things to unfold naturally. He gives space. He observes. He responds instead of reacting. That is the behavior of someone who trusts himself deeply. And trust in yourself is one of the clearest signals of strength. When you move at your own pace, when you are not thrown off by delays, when you are not desperate for immediate results, you communicate something powerful without saying a word. You are enough as you are. You are not seeking validation. You are not chasing approval. You are grounded in your own identity. That is Stoicism when in its purest form. In today's world, where anxiety is everywhere, where people rush, react, and constantly seek attention, the calm man becomes rare. And rarity creates value. Think about it. Most people are restless. Most people are distracted. Most people are trying to prove something. So when someone encounters a man who is composed, steady, and fully present, it feels different. It feels refreshing. It feels safe. It feels real. That is why women naturally gravitate toward that energy. Not because it is loud, but because it is stable. Not because it demands attention, but because it does not need it. You must train this daily. This is not something you turn on in a moment. This is built through repetition. Control your reactions. Slow your speech. Breathe before you respond. Stay grounded when things do not go your way. Build that iron mind step by step. Because in the end, calm confidence is not something you perform, it is something you become. And once you become it, you do not need to chase anything. The right people will feel it. They will notice it. And they will come toward it naturally. 4. Neediness pushes women away. Neediness pushes women away, and you must understand this at a deeper level than most men ever do, because what looks like care on the surface is often just disguised insecurity underneath, and women, through subtle female psychology, can feel that difference instantly. Don't confuse attention with value. Don't confuse effort with attraction. Because when your emotional state rises and falls based on how fast she replies, you are no longer leading your life. You are reacting to hers. And that shift silently communicates, "I need you to feel okay," which creates pressure, and pressure quietly suffocates attraction every time. This is one of the most overlooked psychology tricks in dating. People are not drawn to those who need them. They're drawn to those who choose them. And there is a world of difference between the two. You must see it clearly, because many men overtext, overanalyze, and overextend themselves, thinking they are building connection, but in reality, they are signaling dependence. They're asking for approval without saying the words, and the energy behind their actions becomes louder than anything they say. As Marcus Aurelius taught, you have power over your mind, not outside events. And yet, when you are needy, you surrender that power completely. You hand it over to someone else's behavior, and that is never attractive. Don't do that. Don't build your confidence on unstable ground. Don't let a notification determine your worth. Because real attraction, deep, lasting attraction, grows when a man is centered, when he is emotionally steady, when he has direction that does not bend based on someone else's attention. That is how to fall in love truly begins, not through chasing, not through proving, but through presence, through calm strength, through a life that already has meaning before she enters it. Be the man who is interested, but not dependent. Be the man who enjoys her company, but does not rely on it. That is the balance most men miss. And here is another truth rooted in female psychology. Women are naturally drawn to emotional stability because it signals safety, clarity, and confidence. Not the loud kind, but the quiet, grounded kind that doesn't need validation to exist. So don't chase reassurance. Don't seek constant confirmation. That behavior creates invisible tension, and tension breaks attraction faster than rejection ever could. Instead, build something real within yourself. Build routines, goals, discipline. Create a life that excites you. Because when your life is full, your energy shifts without effort. You stop approaching from lack. You stop trying to win someone over. And you start connecting from a place of choice, and that is powerful. Epictetus said, "Don't explain your philosophy. Embody it." And this is exactly where most men fail. They talk about confidence, but their actions reveal dependence. Don't be that man. Be consistent. Be grounded. Be focused. Because women don't fall for words, they respond to energy. And this is where these psychology tricks become real, not manipulation, but awareness. Awareness of how your internal state shapes external attraction. If you are constantly checking your phone, waiting, hoping, analyzing, you are shrinking your presence. But when you are engaged in your purpose, when your attention is invested in your growth, something changes. Your presence becomes magnetic. Your silence becomes meaningful. Your attention becomes valuable. And suddenly, you are no longer asking, "Does she like me?" You are calmly deciding, "Do I like her?" And that shift alone changes everything. Understand this clearly if you truly want to master how to fall in love in a way that is healthy and lasting. Attraction is not built through need. It is built through self-sufficiency, through emotional control, through a life that stands strong on its own. So build your life. Improve your mindset. Sharpen your focus. Because when your world is full, you don't chase, you attract. You don't depend, you choose. And in that space, you become the man women naturally move toward without you ever having to ask for it. If this hit you, don't just watch, act on it. Stop chasing validation. Start building a life that stands on its own. Like this video, subscribe for more grounded, powerful insight, and drop this in the comments right now to lock it in your mind. I choose strength over neediness. My life comes first. 5. Purpose is more attractive than looks. Purpose is more attractive than looks. Let that sink in, because most men spend years chasing the wrong edge. They polish the outside, but neglect the engine within. Don't misunderstand. Appearance has its place. It can open a door. It can spark a glance. But it cannot hold attention, and it certainly cannot build lasting attraction. That is where purpose steps in. That is where everything changes. Purpose is direction. Purpose is knowing where you are going, even when the road is unclear. It is waking up with intention, not drifting through the day reacting to everything and everyone. A man with purpose does not move like the crowd. He moves with clarity. He moves with discipline. He moves with quiet certainty. And that right there is the foundation of masculine energy. Be honest with yourself. Have you ever noticed how a man who is deeply committed to something, his work, his mission, his craft, carries himself differently? He is not louder. He is not trying harder. Yet people feel him. That is because purpose organizes your life. It removes the noise. It cuts out the need to constantly impress. You must understand this. When you have something meaningful to build, you stop chasing validation. You stop measuring your worth based on how others respond to you. That shift alone transforms how you show up. And when you show up differently, you naturally attract women without forcing anything. Don't be the man who checks his phone every few minutes hoping for approval. Don't be the man who adjusts his behavior just to be liked. That energy feels unstable. That energy repels. Instead, be the man who has something to do, somewhere to go, something to build. Be the man whose time is valuable because he has given it value. That is what a high value man understands. His life is not centered around being chosen. His life is centered around creating something worth choosing. Purpose creates momentum, and momentum is deeply attractive. Think about it. When a man is improving, growing, building step by step, there is a sense of progress that follows him. He does not need to talk about it. He does not need to prove it. It shows in his posture, in his decisions, in the way he handles challenges. That is masculine energy in motion. And people, especially women, can feel that without needing it explained. You cannot fake momentum. You either have it or you don't. Without purpose, something dangerous happens. You fall into comparison. You start looking left and right, measuring yourself against other men. You begin to question your value based on what others have, what others show, what others seem to be. That creates insecurity. And insecurity leads to overthinking, overcompensating, and seeking constant reassurance. That is the trap. That is the cycle that keeps many men stuck for years. But the moment you lock into your own path, that noise fades. You are no longer competing. You are building. That is why purpose reduces neediness without you even trying. Because when your life has direction, attention becomes optional, not necessary. You enjoy it, but you don't depend on it. You appreciate it, but you don't chase it. And that subtle shift changes everything. It allows you to connect with others from a place of strength, not from a place of lack. That is what it means to be a high-value man. Not perfection, not status, but self-direction, self-respect, self-control. Let's go deeper. Purpose is not just about work or money. It is about becoming. It is about who you are shaping yourself into every single day. Are you becoming more disciplined, more focused, more grounded? Or are you drifting, reacting, waiting? You must ask yourself this honestly, because the man you are becoming determines the energy you carry, and the energy you carry determines what you attract. Attraction is not just about appearance. It is about momentum. A man who is growing, improving, building, he radiates progress. And progress is magnetic. People are naturally drawn to movement, to growth, to direction. That is why you can see two men in the same room. One may look better on the surface, but the other commands more attention without trying. Why? Because one is static and the other is moving forward. Always remember this. Stillness without purpose feels empty. Movement with purpose feels powerful. Be the man who is too focused to be distracted by every opinion. Be the man who chooses growth over comfort. Be the man who understands that attraction is a byproduct, not the goal. When you focus on becoming better, stronger, more disciplined, you naturally attract women who resonate with that energy. Not because you are trying to impress them, but because you are aligned with yourself. Don't chase attraction. Build a life that creates it. That is the difference most men never fully grasp. They think attraction is something you go out and get. No. Attraction is something that happens when your life is in order, when your direction is clear, when your actions are consistent. That is masculine energy at its core, calm, steady, forward-moving. And here is the truth that may challenge you. Purpose is not something you find once and keep forever. It is something you commit to daily. Some days will feel clear. Some days will feel uncertain. That is normal. What matters is that you keep moving. You keep building. You keep showing up. Because every step forward strengthens your identity. And a strong identity is what allows a high-value man to stand firm, regardless of external validation. So don't obsess over looks. Improve them, yes. Take care of yourself, absolutely. But don't make them your foundation. Because looks fade, trends change, and attention shifts. Purpose does not. Purpose anchors you. Purpose gives you direction when everything else feels uncertain. And that kind of stability is rare. That kind of stability is deeply attractive. In the end, people don't just respond to what they see. They respond to what they feel. And when you are a man with purpose, what they feel is clarity, strength, and movement. That is what allows you to attract women naturally, without pressure, without performance. Because you are not trying to be someone. You are becoming someone. And that journey, that quiet, steady, disciplined journey, is what truly sets you apart. 6. Emotional control is powerful. Emotional control is powerful. Not suppression, but control. That is the distinction most men miss, and that is where everything changes. You must understand this. Reacting is easy, controlling yourself is mastery. Many men react too quickly. They snap when things don't go their way. They get defensive over small comments. They let their mood rise and fall based on someone else's behavior. That signals instability, not strength. As the old Stoic wisdom teaches, he who conquers himself is the mightiest warrior. This is not poetry. This is instruction. In modern life, text messages, social media, fast-paced interactions, your emotional reactions are constantly being tested. A delayed reply, a change in tone, a moment of silence. These are small things, but they reveal everything about you. If you lose your center over small things, you show that your state is controlled by the outside world. Do not do that. Be the man who stays steady. Be the man who pauses. Be the man who observes before he responds. That is what builds an iron mind. A man with emotional control does not rush to react. He thinks first. He chooses his response. He understands that not everything deserves his energy. He does not take things personally because he understands a deeper truth. People act based on their own experiences, their own stress, their own internal world. It is not always about you. That is maturity. That is clarity. As Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. You must live by this. In relationships, in business, in daily life, your power is in your response. Not in what happens, but in how you handle it. That is where attraction begins. That is where respect grows. Because when a man is grounded, when he is calm under pressure, when he is not shaken by every little wave, people feel it. Women feel it. They trust it. They lean toward it. Do not confuse emotional control with being cold or distant. That is not the goal. The goal is balance. You feel, but you are not ruled by your feelings. You experience emotion, but you do not become it. That is the difference. That is Stoicism when in real life. You are present. You are aware, but you are steady. You are not chasing emotional highs. You are not addicted to constant validation. You are centered, and that presence is rare. In a world full of noise, the calm man stands out. In a world full of reactions, the composed man leads. Look at your own life. Think about the moments where things didn't go your way. A conversation that didn't unfold as expected. A woman who pulled back. A situation that felt uncertain. Did you react or did you respond? Did you stay grounded or did you let your emotions take control? Be honest, because growth starts with awareness, and improvement comes from discipline. Emotional control is not something you are born with. It is something you build, day by day, moment by moment, choice by choice. That is old Stoic wisdom applied in modern life. You must train yourself. When you feel the urge to react, pause. When you feel frustration rising, breathe. When you feel the need to explain yourself too quickly, hold back. Give yourself space. Give your mind time to lead instead of your emotions. This is how you build an iron mind. This is how you separate yourself from the average man. Because most men live on impulse. They speak without thinking. They act without awareness. They let emotions control their behavior. You must not follow that path. You must rise above it. And here is the result. When you master emotional control, everything changes. Your presence becomes calm, not tense. Your communication becomes clear, not reactive. Your relationships become stronger, not fragile. Women feel safe around you, not pressured. They see you as grounded, not unpredictable. And that creates attraction on a deeper level, not surface-level attention. Real connection. Because stability is attractive. Consistency is attractive. Control is attractive. Remember this. Emotional control is not about holding everything in. It is about choosing what comes out. It is about leading yourself before trying to lead anything else. That is the foundation. That is the discipline. That is the power. And when you live this way, when you embody this level of control, You are no longer chasing reactions from the world. The world begins to respond to you. That is Stoicism win. That is the path of the man who has built an iron mind. If you made it this far, understand this: emotional control is not optional, it is your power. Most men react. Few men remain steady. And that is the difference that changes everything. If you're ready to stop reacting and start mastering yourself, take a stand right now. Comment this below and own it. I stay calm, I stay grounded, I control my emotions. 7. The man who walks away has power. The man who walks away has power. That idea sounds simple, but most men misunderstand it. They think power means control, chasing, convincing, or holding on tighter. Don't fall into that trap. That is not power. That is fear wearing a confident mask. Real power is quiet. Real power is independence. It is the ability to look at a situation, feel your emotions, and still choose what is right for you instead of what is comfortable. You must understand this deeply. When you can walk away from what disrespects you, confuses you, or drains your energy, you are no longer controlled by it. And that changes everything. In female psychology, this kind of grounded independence is deeply felt, even if it is never spoken out loud. Women are naturally drawn to men who are centered, not men who are trying too hard to hold on. These are not cheap psychology tricks. This is human nature. This is how attraction works at a deeper level. Many men stay where they should leave. They stay in conversations where they are not valued. They stay in relationships where they feel small. They stay in situations that slowly take away their confidence. Why? Because they fear loss. They fear being alone. They fear starting over. But here is the truth you must face. When you accept everything, you become anything. Your standards drop. Your presence weakens. Your energy becomes uncertain. And people feel that. Especially in female psychology, uncertainty creates doubt, and doubt quietly kills attraction. Don't ignore this. Be honest with yourself. If you stay where you are not respected, you are teaching others how to treat you. That is the hidden cost. That is why walking away is not loss. It is alignment. It is choosing yourself. A man with boundaries moves differently. He listens, but he does not chase approval. He gives, but he does not abandon himself. He shows interest, but he does not beg for attention. That is balance. That is strength. And that is exactly what many people overlook when they search for how to fall in love or how to attract someone meaningful. They look for lines, tactics, and quick psychology tricks, but they ignore the foundation: self-respect. Without it, nothing lasts. With it, everything becomes easier. Because when you respect yourself, you naturally filter out what is not right for you. You don't need to force connection. You don't need to overthink every message. You don't need to perform. You simply show up as you are, and that authenticity carries weight. Walking away removes desperation. And desperation is one of the most silent attraction killers. You may not say it, but people feel it. It shows in how quickly you respond, how much you tolerate, how often you second-guess yourself. Don't do that. Be steady. Be patient. Be willing to lose what is not aligned. That is how you gain control of your life again. In female psychology, a man who is not afraid to lose is often the man who is most respected. Not because he is cold, but because he is clear. He knows what he wants. He knows what he will accept. And more importantly, he knows what he will walk away from. That clarity creates a sense of safety and strength that cannot be faked. Understand this clearly. Walking away is not about ego. It is not about proving a point or trying to win. It is about self-respect. It is about saying, "This is who I am, and I will not compromise my values just to keep something that is not right for me." That is a different kind of confidence. It is calm. It is grounded. It does not need validation. And ironically, that is what makes people value you more. Because when you don't cling, you become more attractive. When you don't chase, you become more interesting. When you don't fear loss, you become more powerful. These are not manipulative psychology tricks. This is alignment between your actions and your worth. If you want to understand how to fall in love in a healthy, lasting way, start here. Don't focus on getting someone. Focus on becoming someone who does not need to hold on to what is not right. That is the shift. That is the mindset. Because real connection is not built on fear. It is built on mutual respect, space, and emotional stability. And those qualities come from within, not from external validation. In female psychology, attraction grows where there is emotional safety and strength, not pressure, not desperation, not confusion. So don't try to impress. Don't try to control. Be clear. Be grounded. Be willing to walk away when necessary. At the end of the day, the man who walks away is not losing. He is choosing. He is choosing peace over chaos. He is choosing respect over attention. He is choosing growth over comfort. And that decision, repeated over time, builds a life that is solid, confident, and deeply fulfilling. So remember this. Don't stay where you are tolerated. Be where you are valued. Don't chase what runs. Stand firm and let what aligns come to you. That is not just attractive. That is powerful. All right, my friend, if you've stayed with me all the way to the end, I want to speak to you honestly, like someone who truly wants to see you grow. The truth you need to remember is simple but powerful. Attraction is not something you chase, it's something you become. Many people spend years trying to say the right things, do the right things, impress the right people, but they forget the foundation. Your energy is everything. If inside you feel uncertain, if you depend on validation, if your emotions go up and down based on how others treat you, people will feel that. And slowly, attraction fades. But when you choose a different path, when you become calm, when you become grounded, when you build a life with purpose, everything changes. You stop reacting to every little thing. You stop overthinking. You stop chasing. And instead, you start attracting. Not because you are trying to control anyone, but because you are in control of yourself. That is real strength. That is self-mastery. And people are naturally drawn to that kind of presence. So here is my sincere advice to you. Focus on your life. Build your discipline. Strengthen your mind. Protect your peace. Don't let temporary emotions control your actions. Don't make someone else the center of your world. You must become your own center. Because when you do, you don't just become more attractive, you become unshakable. And I really want to hear from you. Think about your own experiences. Have there been moments when you gave a lot of attention but it led nowhere? Or moments when you pulled back, focused on yourself, and suddenly everything shifted? Share that below. Your story might help someone else more than you realize. Remember this and carry it with you. Attraction is a feeling. It cannot be forced. It cannot be negotiated. But it can be inspired through who you are, through your energy, through the way you live your life every single day. So stop chasing. Start building. Keep growing. And watch how everything begins to change around you in ways you never expected. Stay steady. Stay sharp. And I'll see you in the next video.